Today, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has broken his long silence on the incident of the Dadri lynching and also the fact that Ghulam Ali concert had to be cancelled in Mumbai because of Shiv Sena's opposition to it. We have with us today Amrit Lal to discuss this issue. Before we go ahead and have the discussion, I'll just briefly summarize what the Prime Minister has said. He has described the Dadri lynching incident where this man was killed on rumors of storing and consuming beef. He has called this and the cancellation of the concert by Pakistani singer Ghulam Ali as unfortunate incidents, but at the same time he has said it is not the central government which is supposed to look into these things, which is incidentally a long-standing position of the BJP. It has been articulated by many of his ministers in the past. So essentially the Prime Minister has reiterated those words while also lashing out at the opposition, saying whoever is raking up these issues is essentially politicizing and polarizing the matter, and it is not just us who's being communal as they're trying to show. They are the ones who are trying to polarize the atmosphere. And thirdly, he has said that these are issues that need to be resolved by discussions and not by resorting to these kinds of violence. Now, Amrit, what do you make of these statements?
First, I think the response has come a little late. The second, it's still not adequate because, as he said, he hasn't expressed a regret. What he has tried to do, I think, is that he tried to localize the problem, saying that it's a local incident which should be treated by the local administration, and if there is a problem in its resolution, that is essentially the fault of the local administration. And the BJP should not be brought into this whole thing. Whether if it is in Bombay, it is in Mumbai, it is the responsibility of Shiv Sena to handle. It's Shiv Sena which has been responsible for creating this mess. In UP, it is a Samajwadi party. So why bring in BJP? Now here, I think what he doesn't discuss is essentially that there was a certain environment which the BJP or its affiliates had created that led to a situation where a mob could be organized at short notice. It could be directed to go to somebody's house.
One of his ministers had said that anybody who can't live without beef should go to Pakistan.
Exactly. And also there were other people.
Yeah.
That was people who were involved as MPs, MLAs, etc. And the party chief, Amit Shah himself said that, at least one of them should not have been there.
Right.
So he doesn't touch upon those issues. There is a need for him to speak to the party, I think. Which he hasn't done.
Also, he has himself, in a sense, fueled that fire when he spoke about Yadurvanshi's Lalu's comments on beef. He referred to them during his election rally in Bihar. So, in a sense, what he's saying, what he's describing as unfortunate, is an environment to which he has himself been an active contributor, not so long ago. Just a week back, I think.
Yeah. And also, whether it is the Bombay issue or whether it is the UP issue, senior leaders have to respond at the right time, immediately after an incident happens, so that there is no flare-up. And somebody like Modi, who's been in state politics for a long time, he's been in national politics now for more than a year, he should know that it's necessary for you to speak up, intervene right at the first sight when things are not working. And when you see a certain kind of mobilization, especially the agenda being set by fringe elements, it's the responsibility of people in power, senior leadership, to step in and say that, look, this is the line, you cannot step out.
Right. Also, Shiv Sena, which is BJP's ally in Maharashtra, it has come out and described this statement as an unfortunate one, coming from the man who is known to the world for Ahmedabad and Godhra. These were the exact words of Sanjay Raut today. So, first of all, do you think it's praise masquerading as criticism masquerading as praise? How do you make? How do you interpret it?
Along with it, I would also add yesterday's felicitation of those people who are involved in the attack on Kulkarni.
Yeah.
Now, you are part of the central government. You are a part of the state government. You have no business to do something. You send out this sort of a message that any kind of hooliganism is permitted. You have ministers in the government, you have ministers at the state, you have ministers in the center. It was your responsibility to step in and say that, look, whatever has happened, and we are not going to allow this happen. Instead, you send out a message saying that more of this sort is welcome. But the other thing which you mentioned, now it is for the BJP to respond. How do they see this statement? Should it allow, like the Ghulam Ali incident which you mentioned, the Chief Minister has said that we are not in sync with this sort of an response, and we will step in with whatever steps are necessary to be taken to ensure that the concert happens. The concert didn't happen.
Yeah.
So we would also expect the Prime Minister to step in and at least speak to his ally and say that, look, we are essentially putting the government in a spot. Let's see how it...
Also, the party has somewhat very casually raked up an issue from which Modi has very consciously been trying to, detach himself in all his international forays. He's been all over the place. So, they've very consciously raked that up. So, do you see that as a signal of, things being very wrong in Maharashtra?
Now, the Sena, the way the Sena has responded to this incidents, we should be scared whether this is now going. Are we going to see a situation of a competitive confrontation, competitive communalism?
Yeah.
So that's the real threat which we are now facing. I mean, will Bombay be the next place? Is Bombay going to witness a certain kind of competitive communalism which that city can't afford? I mean, imagine we all reported there's a drought happening in Marathwada. There are much more pressing concerns in Maharashtra. The city requires much more attention. Yet we're seeing this. What do you call? The unfortunate thing of people trading charges against each other.
Whether Maharashtra sees competitive communalism or not, the real effects of Mr. Modi's statement today will actually play out in the next few phases in Bihar. The campaigning for the second phase came to an end today. So over the next 4 phases, the kind of words that BJP and its allies use in Bihar will show whether the statement has any long-term effect or not. Amrit, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for watching.